Hey y'all, it's Nat. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about Sir Lewis by Michael E. Sawyer. This was a gifted copy from Legacy Lit Books. I thank you so much for this finished copy of this book. Just to give you context, this book comes out, it publishes on March 4th, 2025. And this is definitely, this was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Um, I didn't really know a whole lot about, Lewis's life. I'm about to say Sir Lewis. I didn't really know a whole lot about Sir Lewis. Okay. I knew what was shown on the media. I knew that he was a driver. I knew he was the first or the only African American that was actually in F1 racing. So I definitely was more interested into, his life and things like how he got to where he is. Um, a lot of the interest came from my husband because my husband is a big, Formula One. He loves racing, all things racing, right? And so I'm the heavy reader. So I was like, okay, cool. And when I saw that this book was coming out, I was like, okay, I got to have it. I got to read. I got to find out more, right? One thing I can say, Michael E. Sawyer references Lewis's book. I did not know Lewis had a memoir that he released a couple of years ago, I think in 2020. So he actually has a book where he actually spoke his own words. He wrote them or whatever. And I definitely would want to go and read that to see what direction he came from that. Because this book right here is mainly talking about he kind of talks a little bit about the relationship between Hamilton and his father. And then he kind of talks a little bit about, how he began racing with the RC racing and the karting. And then it went into, where he is now. And so from that aspect, I definitely appreciate that because I was wondering, like, okay, how did he start that? And it's crazy when you put into perspective where you see, like he was so good, like with RC racing, where if I'm not mistaken, he was like, okay, he's like a child and he's racing with adults and he's winning. Let's put that in perspective, right? Imagine you're like 30, 40 years old. I'm gonna say 25, 30, and you have this hobby, you're racing, and then this kid comes along, like 7, 8, maybe 10, and he wins. Like he's always winning. Nobody else wins. He always wins. So that just lets you know the exceptional ability that Hamilton has from the beginning. And it just goes into more detail regarding that. And then it talks about the sacrifices that his father went through to, to help fund or help, fuel the want to get into racing and, to make it a career and things. And I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate the relationship between him and his father because a lot of times you don't hear about, you know, the parents or you don't hear about the father at least aspect, except for like Serena Williams, the Williams sisters. You know how the pivotal. I can't even talk. You know how pivotal it is that their father was in their life and how they, he maximized their greatness. I think like he pushed them to do great things, and I feel like fathers matter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't think about that, but fathers do matter. And I just really appreciate and really love the fact that, Hamilton has a relationship with his father. He has mentioned that, sometimes their relationship was strained, but at the same time, like he don't have a bigger supporter than his father and his mom. You know what I'm saying? So I really love that. And it talks about that, talks about his background, it talks about his mom a little bit. And it's just, I just really love it, right? I love that aspect of it. And I also like that, Hamilton is all about social, situations. He all about, diversity. He wants to do all these things. And I just appreciate who Hamilton is, right? His mentality, he's all about fairness and he's very humble. I can't express how humble he is, and you get that in this book, right? So, in a nutshell, this is pretty good. Pretty good. Ultimately, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be because I thought I was going to get more from. I guess I just thought I was going to get a little bit more, something different. However, the aspect of this book, I understood the direction it was starting from and was going, and I went in it and I rode the ride, and it was pretty cool. So I enjoyed it. Definitely, what I'm seeking, I'm going to go and actually, read the actual memoir so I can get that information. But ultimately, this was really good. It was eye opening, and I am by far not a Formula One expert about anything. I don't know nothing about, he was driving for Mercedes and now he's with Ferrari and the engines and all those things. I have no idea. My husband can tell me all of that because I don't know nothing about none of that. But he looks good in red. I can tell you that he looks good in red. So um I definitely enjoy this, and I hope whenever you pick it up, if you pick it up, you decide to. I hope y'all enjoy it as well, especially for his fans and things. I definitely hope you do enjoy it. For someone like me who is not an expert in things, or who may not know of all of the races and everything, I did a lot of the things that it referenced in the book. I did go to YouTube so I could see the videos and see who they were talking about, see what race they were mentioning, and it definitely brought things into perspective. And then, there was one part, I have to mention this in this book, and to tell you the kind of person that, that Hamilton is, where there was a race and something happened where he ended up checking on the guy at the hospital. But when he was in another race and the guy was also involved, the guy didn't even say anything. He didn't even say two words to him. And I'm not gonna mention his name because I'm sure y'all probably know who it is. But I'm like, that just lets you know what I'm saying, the type of person that he is. Like, you don't do what everybody else do. You are out the box. You are in your own lane. And a lot of times people can't stand greatness. Like, they just cannot stand greatness. And the fact that he is as great and as excellent as he is, and he keeps the humble attitude, and he walks in grace, right? People can't stand it. And it is what it is. But I just love that he is as humble as he is, and he has a great attitude. He smiles. He doesn't, it's like, I've not heard him speak at all where he's raising his voice, period. Like, he does not get out of character. And I love that. So anyway, again, I read Sir Lewis by Michael E. Sawyer, by Legacy Lit Books. It comes out March 4th, like I said, and I hope you enjoy it.